Good morning. Welcome to Leicester for the senior tour. Is it for Steve?
Yeah, I think because the grand final's in a couple of weeks' time in Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got a nice match here between Steve Robertshaw and Lee Ross. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And we're just going to do a bit of commentating, me and Steve. So should be a good match.
Yeah. So good afternoon. It's Steve Singh here with Mark Bradburn. So who would you say is the slight favourite in this match between them two? Do you know the players much? Or?
Not really. I think maybe I've not really played it either, but I know they're both decent. I know Lee's a decent player. I think
I've lost to both of them.
Have you?
Yeah.
So they're decent players then, aren't they?
They are very decent players.
Proper decent.
Yeah. At some point, I think Lee Ross he beat me 5-4 in Manchester. I think it was the first or second tour. It might have even been the last tour. Steve, I know he beat me at some point somewhere along the line. But I would just put Steve Robertshaw slight favourite at the moment. Obviously he's been playing a long while. He's been playing in lots of team events, single events, won lots of stuff. Is very, very well known and respected in the pool world.
All right. Well, like I say, I've never played either one of them, but Steve looks fairly useful, and I know Lee's a decent player, so it should be fairly. I don't know who'd be you're just putting Steve's slight favourite, are you?
Yeah, I am on this one.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of some working out to do here. Although the reds are out in the open, the red, the three cluster, he's just got to work them out.
Yeah, nothing too difficult there, is there? Really, you should really take these out. Shouldn't you? You'd be disappointed if you didn't anyway. This is a tricky one.
So you had to try and take them out in the right order, and that was always going to cause him a problem. So what does Lee do here? I think the yellow over the middle pots.
I think he'll go for a fudge. Down this bottom left-hand rail.
Yeah, I mean he's got a choice there, isn't he? He can either just drag it and snooker him, or if he's going to go aggressive, then I can't see him going aggressive.
No, but he may as well have done really for the outcome. And these tables, these are quite fast. Have you played on one yet, Steve?
They're ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
And although Steve's got a ball over the bag, things can still go wrong because he's going to have to play a plant for the first shot, probably, unless he's going to go cushion first.
He's gone for the plant. Got it. Played it well.
And look, can you see?
Well.
I don't know if that's covered.
I'm thinking. He's got one down to this bottom left-hand corner, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I think that's the one he's going to take on probably if the two reds together don't go into that pocket.
Yeah.
But even then, if he takes the one down the bottom, it looks like it does go.
Yeah.
And they're really fast, the tables.
Yeah, very fast. Lightning fast.
Yeah,
I played on this morning on the table just at the side, same cloth.
Yeah.
And I practiced on it last night. Luckily, I practiced on it last night because I did realise how fast it was, and they are lightning.
Yeah. So I think Lee's got a finish on here. So he'll be taking these two first, then the two at the top, and then the yellow in the middle should be his last ball because it'll take him nicely onto the black.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do a lot here, does he? Just control the white.
Yeah.
And, it should be job done. He wants to be on the bottom one first, I think, but...
That's how responsive these are because he's got into it and it's just screwed almost. It's
tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah.
He's got his work cut out. Definitely.
I mean, he can't be defensive now. He's got to go for it. So hopefully he's thinking this yellow in the middle. He can come off two cushions So he's going to have to play it thin, 2 cushions, and then back behind the yellow again.
And it's a natural angle to get on the black, but it'd be a thin black. But
and this should just be a natural 2 cushions. That's 1, 2.
Lovely shot.
Well, and see how fast that table is. It's just, you know.
Yeah, you thought it slowed down way before, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But he's played it superbly, hasn't he?
Because the black is very thin, he wants to try and get right behind it, so he'll play a little bit of left-hand side on this. Yeah. And there, you can just see the side come into effect.
Played it really well. Just drop it in dead weight.
Yeah.
Lovely
That's
shot.
a good clearance.
Very good, because he ran out slightly, didn't he?
Yeah.
He pulled it back together, and that's... I think the difference between all the top players is it's the recovery.
It's the recovery, yeah, and I think that's the difference between, you know, good players and great players. Because you know, let's be honest, we can all pot a ball, but it's when you get into these tricky situations, it's what do you have in your armory to try and you know, manipulate or manufacture a shot to get back on track again. And that's what Lee's done there. He's took his medicine. He's realised he's gone a little bit. He's kissed the black, gone too much into the shot. And now he's got to change his route. He had to rethink and thought to himself, well, do you know what? If I can land thin on the middle, I can come across 2 cushions, and it'll bring me back on track again. And that's what he's done.
Played it brilliantly.
Yeah.
Really fantastic finish. Really on stream as well.
Yeah. Very.
Look back at that.
So I'm always interested in the break, how people break. So can you see the yellow, the second yellow?
Yeah.
And watch, that should track towards a middle pocket.
Yeah.
And that hasn't gone at all. That it just stopped dead.
Yeah.
That could be a number of reasons, because if the balls are not touching at the top, or how he's hit it. But if you watch, we'll just keep an eye on that just to have a look.
The second yellow down on the right.
On the right.
Yeah. If you're looking down at the pack, left if you're looking above.
So a bit tricky here. You know, reds or yellows really. Yellows, they all go apart from the one on the right hand side. But the reds are trapped as well. So let's see what he decides to do and see what plan he has in mind. If he's going for yellows, he'll be looking at trying to either move that red, the bottom right, I suppose, is that the way we look at it?
Yeah, bottom left. Yeah, it's the right one we're looking at. So it's on the bottom left.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Obviously, he's taking his time before he starts going for it. I think yellows are probably slight favourites, but...
yeah, because the only reason I say that is because he's got 3 yellows out in the open. You can use them to, you know, move balls with, and the other 2 yellows that are on the rail, they both pot. So as you're looking at potting the yellow cannon into the 2 reds on the cushion.
Yeah, it's only a little breakout, isn't it? So he doesn't have to do... and he's played this quite well. He's got a choice now. Just roll it over the pocket.
He's unlucky.
He's just going to roll it over the pocket now, isn't he?
Yeah, he will do
not
now.
Go for it.
No.
But these are tricky. Sometimes they go in. Played it really well. Really well. Nicely played.
I don't know if he's left a gap or not. I mean, if you notice, he played the cushion first, so it was never going to go into the pocket.
Yeah.
And the cannon he tried to play, he tried to hit the red thicker to move it away from the yellow, but it's hit the red on the right-hand side, which has made the red go into the yellow. So he's got to think about that as well.
He's favourite, though.
Yeah.
So
I think Ross has got a good... what's the word? Option of potting that yellow. Yeah, deliberate foul.
Yeah,
because
just pot it. Pot it, bring it back a little bit, a couple of inches.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't leave a foul snooker, and it would be difficult.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would. I think that's what he's decided.
Advice, that's for sure.
And there we go. It's made sure that Steve can see both. No, you can see both sides of that yellow.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
he's played it well.
He can take them both out with one shot, and then use the yellow that's over the middle pocket to cannon off the yellow and red together.
Up, yeah, over this bottom right-hand pocket. Yeah. Oh, he's not playing that great.
No, he wanted that a little bit harder, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think he's got a pot on.
I think top right, you can get one in the top right, but it's it's not an easy one, is it?
No. I think
this one's a tricky one.
I think he's just going to roll it over the bag.
Yeah, because of this yellow on the bottom right-hand bag.
Yeah.
He's favoured, isn't he, because of that one. But he only takes a back double with a red kicking off that yellow.
Yeah.
And you could be in charge. So if he pots this one over the bottom left pocket, and then do a back double into the bottom right off the yellow.
I think he's just going to double the red. He's just going to double the red into that area.
Yeah, he's in
he didn't want that. He didn't want that.
No. Yeah, too good.
You know, one of the options I was thinking, and it's just an option before he played that shot, was to play the black in between the two reds. And you know, play deliberate foul. Yeah, just making him play the other balls, making him go for the shot.
I mean, there's a snooker there that he can get, probably, maybe, with them two reds at the bottom, but it's not a great option, is it? You know, he's
he has to be right near them because they're so reactive. You know, it has to be a gentle touch.
He's played a decent shot.
Yeah,
he's played a decent shot there.
I don't think Steve can do anything here. He'll just clip off it.
Yeah. He's still well in charge, and it's like maybe a little snooker here, but they're too easy to get out of these, aren't they? You know,
yeah, but sometimes it's not. I think he's just going to tap behind the red. Sometimes it's not just about trying to get snooker; it's just trying to get an opportunity. Yeah.
It's not a bad way of going about it, to be honest. He's played that nice.
Yeah.
I don't think he's total snookered.
No.
Which is always a good thing anyway if you're not total.
I mean, Steve's got time because he's got yellows where Lee has got a ball over the bag. He can't really do anything with that other than pot it or try and use that to cannon into something. So what I'd be looking at here is trying to get some sort of red where the yellow and the two reds are tied up. So
that
now,
was a decent shot.
Well, I don't know. So now it's giving Lee that opportunity to bring the red down.
And it's a nice angle on there as long as he misses the middle jaw.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go anywhere near it. As long as he doesn't even have to go over the bag.
No, he can just kick it off the yellow.
Off the yellow, exactly when he does it.
His favourite.
Yeah. So at the moment,
it's the only shot.
Yeah.
He maybe not got quite the angle he wants. You know, with the middle pocket.
Yeah, I mean, he could hit it from the back as well.
Yeah. A bit more tricky, that, though. No, you didn't want to do that.
So he was perhaps trying to leave it over the middle, so when he pots it in the middle, he'll cannon into the two reds. But I think with that, I would prefer the other way, kick the red off the yellow.
Yeah, yellow goes straight in the pocket, doesn't it?
Yeah, and kicks the reds out.
It's 50-50 at the moment. I think Steve is in charge at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Because he can pot and he can flick off one of the yellows and kick into the.
So he's going to go for it.
A different way.
No, I think he's going for it because that goes to show me that the red and yellow is this dead plant. Yeah. So he's going to try and play the yellow into the red, into the yellow.
Kick into... Yeah, either off the bottom right-hand rail or...
I think he wanted to be a bit more straighter than that because the problem he has is the closest yellow to him. If he uses that, he's got to make sure he lands on a pot as well. So he'll be screwing into the side cushion, but the white may go behind the black. Yeah,
Gone a different way. No, he's got a definite chance now. It's not easy.
Yeah,
got a definite chance. And he may have a chance immediately off this bottom left-hand rail, straight over to the
the red on the cushion is the hardest one. If you can get onto that, everything else goes, doesn't it?
Quite easy, really. If it's just one bad red, but it's a bad red. It's a proper bad red.
I don't know if the red over the bag, you can pot that now, hit that quarter ball and track down in between the two reds, the red near the middle and the red near the black spot, and come towards the two yellows that are together.
Yeah. So top left, down, in between them reds, the two reds on the right hand side, or he may have the angle to get right, but it's a tricky one, isn't it?
It's a tricky one, yeah, but I don't think it's got.
Easy to judge wrong.
Yeah, and also he's got to take the knuckle into account as well. If it's going to hit a knuckle, then that shot isn't possible because it'll throw it wider.
So this may be a decent. He may be able to get on it straight away. No.
Right, he made up his mind. He knew he had to go for it then. So let's see what how he goes about this now. So he's going to be thinking all sorts of options in his head.
I think up and down, the one in the middle, and back down 3 inches further than the white is now, if you can. It's a good effort. Is it?
There's left a long double even.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Yeah,
either a long double because you've got a red over the bag, or if you can put the red in the middle and then use the red over the bag to get positioning. I don't think it back doubles, and I don't think it doubles the red closest to him. So,
and it's a tricky one into the right middle now at the moment. Maybe he's thinking of a plant.
Yeah, the long plant, that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, that's a tough one though.
He's also thinking, if he pots a red in the middle, can he cut that red? Let's leave where the white is and cut the red across.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Either
Whatever
way,
option, yeah.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah. It's a very hard finish. He was very unlucky there then.
I think he's going to go for the long double. No, he's going for the middle, isn't he? He's going for the middle.
Yeah, and then...
And I think he's going to try and rely on his potting, try and cut it.
This is
because he
ending in tears, I'm afraid, this frame. In my opinion. I could be wrong.
No, it's only one pot. Mind you, is he going to cannon the yellow? That's the only thing.
It's tricky. Very tricky.
Is he going to cannon the yellow? Or is it thin enough? It's thin enough.
Good shot.
There you go.
What a shot. What a shot.
He relied on his potting. Yeah.
I thought there's no chance he's not taking these out. That was a brilliant red.
So I think I would go 3 cushions here for the black in the middle, because this is quite tight.
Yeah. So you want to go top, left, top right, and then down to bottom.
Unless he can just cut it and hold for it, which looks like he can.
Get it into. That's a good shot. He's played that well.
Yeah.
Played it beautifully. He's got the strength of this table.
Yeah, he's played that really well. That's a great pot.
Great finish.
And another sort of finish that was he had to manufacture shots and just take a different route and take his medicine again and just say, do you know what, I'm going to rely on myself to pot this because I've got no other choice.
Yeah.
Got Vic Mack with me here. He's just won his first match 5-1. Is that right?
Just about, yeah.
5-1?
Yeah, well done.
Wow. Who did you play? Trevor. Oh, yeah.
So Vic Mack's a dangerous player.
No.
He's on the seniors.
Tournament favourite now. 5-1. He's gone down to 2-1 favourite.
So Steve. So Steve finds himself 2-0 down. He hasn't done really anything much wrong. He's missed a couple of pots, hasn't he? He missed the red at the top when he played the plant on the first frame. He's missed the plant this time with the yellow onto red onto yellow, forcing, and both times he's forced Lee to go for it, and Lee's come up with the goods.
And he's come up incredibly good, to be honest with you. He's played really well taking them out. They've been two really, really top-class finishes.
And again, the split's not been kind. Look where the black is. There's whatever set you're on, you're going to try and think out what you're going to do about your red or yellow next to the black.
That's a real tricky one. So you're going to be
I think I'd
one off it, aren't you?
Yeah, I think I'd go reds here. I think I'd go reds here. Put the red in front of the black. But the only thing with that is, Lee would just pot his red.
Yeah.
That's the only issue there. If he rolls the red over the pocket, Lee will just pot his red, screw back a touch, and Steve will be in trouble again. So he's nominated reds.
It's not easy, this, no matter what he does. I don't think he can take him out in one visit.
It'd be great if he does, but I think no, I don't. I'm not sure if the red goes off the black. But even if, possible. We're just looking at options where playing off the black, playing one of his reds off the black. If he's got any options there, let's see what he decides. It looks like he's going for it because, if he wasn't, he could just play the red over the bag. He could just roll this red over the bag. But he's going for the double.
Maybe. Treble. Oh, that was unlucky. If he was going for the treble, I presume he was going for the treble because it didn't look.
Yeah, he's hit it as hard, isn't he?
Yeah.
To
give us as many goals.
He's not happy with himself. I'd be tempted, the yellow nearest to the white, to cut it up the table in front of the red and cannon his two yellows that are together, so he splits them up. So if he cuts the yellow nearest to him up to the top top left, and then the white would cannon the two yellows. I'm looking at that screen, that's why. Okay, okay.
Yeah. No, I know that. Yeah. So
I was saying top left, top right. I was looking at the side view. I was trying to work it out, but I can clearly see now. So, yeah.
So Steve sorted it now. He knows which screen we're looking at.
Yeah. So I think Steve's trying to maybe look at a deliberate foul.
Matches are always tough, aren't they, Steve?
Yeah. He might be looking at a deliberate foul here, and that's to pot the cannon the red. Yeah, there you go, deliberate foul.
Yeah, he's played it well, or has he? Oh yeah, he's played it well.
I mean,
he's got a definite chance of finishing these with two shots. Needs a bit of luck, maybe, because he's going to cannon.
Yeah, I wouldn't go for the finish here. I'd just get rid of another red because I think all I'd do is move my split my yellows up and then pot his red. Give him two shots because he's got a red tied up at the top there. He's got a red tied up where the black is, and the less balls you have on the table, the harder it is to use them balls to try and open other balls up.
I think if he covers the black ball pocket, the top right, I think he's going to deliberately foul again.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think there's an opportunity to go for it. I think I'd be very tempted to go for it, mate.
Yeah, see, I'd just pot one of his reds, I think, and leave him in a situation where he can't develop any of the other two. But I'd make sure I try and open them two up, that are together, two yellows together.
When are you on again, Steve?
1/2.
I better have a look when I'm on, which is unusual for me.
10 o'clock tonight.
So that's what he tried to split the two up. I think he'll just clip off the yellow. Yeah, that's what he's done. He's just opened the two yellows up, and he said, you know, he knows that it's too difficult to finish.
I'm at 3 o'clock. Oh, I've got Bob. Lovely. I like Bob. Nice guy. There's a good match going on. Pat Ward and Liam Stanley 4 all.
Oh, wow.
That's on.
So the other scores at the moment are it's 4 all with Pat Ward and Liam Stanley. Alan Dale is 2-0 up against Patrick Hendry. Surinder Singh is 3-0 up against Jason Godbeer, also known as Sonic. Wayne Corliss and Gary Simmons at 1 all. Oli Bale, Dave O'Shaughnessy. Oli's 4-0 up on that. John Burkett is 1-0 up against Lee Walker. Lee Ross, as we're watching now, is 2-0 up against Steve Robertshaw.
There's one here. Tommy Donlan versus Steve Dickinson, 1 all, and Tommy was about 1 to 10 to win that match. Steve was about 5 to 1 or something. I thought that's good value.
Steve is a very, very good player. Don't underestimate him. AD Bowden is 2-0 down to Martin Hazel. Paul Reed is 1-0 up against Joe Crespo. Partab is 2-1 up against Ian Cameron. Steve Mowat 2-0 up against Ray Dean. Ian Stagg 2-0 up against Robert Short. Andy Arnold 2-0 up against Dave Jones. Stan Mack 2-1 up against Phil Cartwright. Ada Young 1-0 up against Clive Moore, and as we said, Tommy Donlan and Steve Dickinson 1-1. And the last result at the moment is Rob Shepherd and Matt Brennan, and they're still at 0-0. So in the meantime, I'm sorry I haven't been watching the match, but Steve somehow managed to split one of the reds up. So this is a bit tricky because if Lee decides to pot his red and give him 2 shots, although Steve hasn't got a shot on, he may try and use his first shot to move the red and yellow that are stuck together. I hope for the best now. I think that would be a good shout really, because the red is next to the cushion near the middle pocket. I think I'd be tempted to pot the red over the bag. And just come off the top cushion and come back a little bit so you can't see, you can't get behind the red and yellow that are stuck together.
It's a tricky situation either way, isn't it? So Steve's got a plan, a master plan.
See, I think I would have.
That's not a bad shot, but he's still got that. What will the yellow next to the top right, near the top right, will it go past the red or?
Do you know what? I don't know if Steve can either play a cross double, cannon into the reds, screw into the reds, or use the red that's over the bag. I'll probably be cross doubling and cannon into the red and yellow. Or is he doubling it? Yeah, he's doubling it. See, now Lee's lost that opportunity, you know, to pot the red over the bag.
Yeah.
He had a good opportunity then.
Just to take it out.
Yeah, just take it out. I don't think...
do the deliberate and throw the challenge out. But it's a very tricky situation. Obviously, he's going to put a yellow in front of...
I think Steve's slight favourite now with that shot. Because even though 2 shots not going to do anything, Steve just tap it.
He doesn't have to get out of this, does he?
He'll just touch
World
it.
Rules player, you'll know you don't have to get out of this. Oh, well, sausage then.
Bit a bit sick, eh?
You feel safe?
Yeah, a bit sick. Maybe just a couple of rounds of toast.
Yeah. Were you drinking last night?
No? Coffee, that's all I was drinking.
It can happen though, can it, when you just feel a bit, especially if you've had something, you never know.
But then again, I don't get to sleep till about 3 o'clock this morning. I was back up, it's 7:30. So it's probably fatigue. It's probably just fatigue.
Tough when it's like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Just could not settle. Strange bed.
Yeah.
So have we got a result on Pat Ward and Liam Stanley?
I knew it would be close to them.
Tony Short
With a
at
favourite with a
table.
booking, but it was our 10 kick-off on those.
Liam Stanley first.
Liam Stanley, yeah. Well, I went with the booking.
Mm.
Said that.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah, he put Liam. Pat was 11 to 10, and Liam was slight favourite.
Pat's been playing really, really well, and Liam's always. I don't know why people underestimate, and even underestimates himself. But he's a great, you know,
Liam?
tactical player.
Yeah, very good player.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
So, are you enjoying the main tour?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you going on
absolutely.
it next year?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to try and. I'm 56. I'll see how many more years I've got left of competitiveness left in me.
Well, I'm 64. I reckon you can carry on till there, so
Really?
don't worry.
I mean, the last tour I played Clint Ianson,
Oh, yeah?
5-1 up against him,
Wow.
first to 7.
You lose?
Yeah,
What score?
7-5. My brakes just dried up. You know, I was braking well first, and you know they're coming out nice brake clearance. He wasn't braking so well, and then suddenly things just changed. There was no flukes or anything on either side. I just broke dry. He cleared up. He broke, cleared up. I broke dry, cleared up, tactical, and so. And next minute,
He's good tactical as well.
yeah,
so,
he's
you
good
know,
for- yeah.
he's been playing World Rules a long time. So.
Yeah, but yeah, I gave him a run. And the one previous to that, I lost 7-6 to Steve Dempsey, who ended up,
great player.
yeah, who ended up in the final against Tom Cousins.
Wow.
So you know,
Could have
I'm
been you in the final.
yeah, well, I'm giving them a run for their money. You know,
Yeah.
so as long as I can keep doing that, yeah, I'm happy. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
awesome doing that.
Now I'm on the Ultimate Pool Tour, the main tour, the Seniors Tour, and obviously Great Yarmouth and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
every tour.
I love it. I really love it. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
We're a long time dead, so you may as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Get as much in as you possibly can, and if it's something you love, why not?
Yeah.
That's what I think. Why not?
There's
So-
certain aspects of the game I'm going to practice on now. Without, I don't want to say too much, but the theory is, and this came to me yesterday. Footballers, when they play football, they have a stronger. Most of them have a stronger foot than the other, don't they?
Yeah.
And I remember in a World Cup, Ronaldo, the Brazilian player Ronaldo, his he had a shot to go on his left foot, and he put it on his right, and before he could take the shot, it was taken away from him. But he had an opportunity on his left, and I was thinking to myself, if I was paid that much money, I'd be practicing on my left foot as much as possible in case. So yesterday, when I was playing pool, I came across a ball where I couldn't use a rest, and I couldn't hit it with my right. I'm right-handed, so I had to play left-handed and cue over, and and I was rubbish. And I thought to myself, do you know what? I need to why use that same theory? Why don't I start practicing with my left certain shots?
Yeah. Well, I get it, right? Because, you know, I'm a magician, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I roll a coin on my fingers. I can roll one on my right, you know, on my knuckles. But what I did, I practiced with my left hand because I knew it was my weaker one. I can do it miles better with my left hand now than I can with my right. So I do, if I'm rolling a coin on my knuckles,
yeah,
I do it that way. And another one is like, I juggle. I learnt myself to juggle, which is not easy.
No.
Been practicing quite a while. And I can juggle two with my right hand and two with my left, but I'm much better with my right than I am with my left, juggling two balls at the same time. But I need to now juggle more with my left to improve it a lot.
Yeah.
So like you're saying,
Yeah.
you know, I think if you start with your left on something, you can it doesn't take too long before you start getting really good with your left hand.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Well, it looks like
That's
Dolly's now, doesn't it?
That's a
On yellows,
good
it
first
looks
shot.
like all over,
I
doesn't
think he had two shots.
it? Sorry?
Steve had two shots. So he's
Oh,
played
Steve's- oh,
yeah.
Steve's
So he
got the-
played the
Yeah,
first shot.
yeah. We just digressed or whatever you call it anyway.
Yeah, and he might leave himself either an angle to move the black, or play the double on the black.
Or roll it down.
You can-
Because obviously there's
I mean, he's got a good angle. I'm not sure
Oh,
if
yeah.
he's got
Yeah,
an
yeah.
angle to move the black, but he'd probably leave himself a double. If he leaves himself a double, just needs to roll this in slowly. Or he could play red cushion, then the yellow, move the yellow out of the way.
and move the white over behind the black.
Yeah, look, that's what I said.
Yeah, and it's not worked, unfortunately. That was
No.
unlucky. And you might not. It might be a little bit jarred there, is it? A little
No,
bit?
I think he can cut it across into the right-hand pocket.
He's scratching his head because you can see it's like, how did that happen?
Yeah,
How's this ended up like this way? And the yellow should have kicked way over.
yeah, he's going to try.
Very unlucky.
He's going to try and cut it into the.
Yeah,
right-hand
it's not a bad
pocket.
option. Get the strength right. That's a good shot.
Looks
straight
good. Looks
Beautiful
good.
shot, that. Well done, Steve.
And his size, a big relief. Big relief. Big sigh there. So that's
Who's your next opponent, did you say, Steve?
2-1. Myself.
Your victim. Yeah, who's your next victim, I should say?
Carl Bromley.
Carl, oh my mate, Carl, yeah.
Again,
Good player,
very
Carl.
good player. Yeah, I can't take anything for granted.
John Corbett and Terry Humphries, top table.
No.
They've got his right picture up. They don't normally put his right picture up. So
All right.
he'll come out to me and then change that.
Yeah, he's a very good player, Carl. Plays for Lancashire. Nice guy.
Can I change mine? Can you do that, Jay?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
What? So it's.
I can change your picture on there, yeah.
Can you? Because obviously you know which one I want, don't you?
Which one?
My World Senior Masters one, of course.
Have you sent it me through?
Do that now.
Terry Humphries, top table.
So Lee is just broke off, and it's a decent break. I should imagine he'd be going yellows, and I'd imagine he's got a good chance of breaking them out. Well, that's. Oh, I ordered one. Is that sausage?
No, what they say.
Did you order bacon and egg?
Robertshaw. Pat Kelly. Cole Bromley, top table.
So I'm going to have to leave you and love you. I'm going to go play Carl Bromley. Hopefully I'll come back, do a bit more commentary after I won my match. Hopefully if I won my match I will do.
So, welcome back. Steve's just taken 2 really good finishes out. Very, very, very good finishes out. So Lee's got to be very careful now. Once the momentum starts to shift, it's not always easy to get the momentum back. So it's all a bit muddled up, this frame. Very unusual that all the colours are further on than the black spot. So it's very complex, and I should imagine there's a lot of work in this frame for whoever fancies it. Got to be careful of potting the black with it being near the pocket, out of turn. So the club, it's 147 Club in Leicester. It's a brilliant club if you've never been. Really nice horse. I'd recommend anyone to come here and play in any pool competition that they have. They have a fantastic restaurant with a brilliant curries. They had one last night. Most of the people have a curry when they come here, and they really are fantastic. Really good club, and today it's absolutely rammed. Hard to get any service at the bar because they're being overwhelmed by senior players wanting brews and food and what have you. So if you're ever down Leicester way, you should, even a pool player, pop in and have a game. Nice tables. These are lightning tables. These they have 2 tables, I think, for streaming with, and they're both really, really lightning. And I've no idea who's the favourite in this one, really. You'd think Lee would be, but that's a good shot. But probably Lee will be looking to do exactly the same shot back. So it looks like it's all about this bottom right hand pocket with the black. So you really want to get a ball in front of it. So he didn't play that brilliantly then, Lee, but he's got a shot of a red onto a yellow on this bottom rail. He's not going that route. I think I would have done. I think I'd have gone on this bottom rail, red onto yellow onto red, in between the black, and try and cushion it in, but maybe Lee can see a little bit better, maybe, because you have to try and get in charge of this bottom right hand pocket. Very complex table at the moment. And we could see quite a few deliberate fouls in this frame. So Lee's decided to move a yellow towards his red over the top pocket, but now all Steve has to do really is pot his red anywhere. I would be potting I'd definitely be potting the red over the top pocket and give it a deliberate foul, but so Lee's going to do a deliberate foul now. He's going to try to anyway. So he's going to try and get the red over this bottom right hand pocket and deliberately foul, pot his opponent's yellow and leave the red in the same position as where that yellow is. And he's played that reasonably well. But I'd just be potting this red over this bottom right hand pocket and sending the white to the top of the table, to the top bar. Not a difficult shot, and it would leave. He's going to back double this yellow. He's trying to gain this pocket as well, but I'd have just potted the other one. Very, very, very messy table, and I've no idea who's favourite. You think Lee is, but who knows?
On table 8, Willie Anderson, Chris Eaton. Table 8.
So Steve just played a decent shot there. What I was thinking before was the shot, but it's still not going to be easy for either one of them because this black over the bottom right hand pocket, it's just not easy to sort out. And I think someone's probably going to end up potting the black out of turn, maybe. Who knows? Very messy table. So now Lee is in a bad position, but so Steve really. So you might get confused with who's on what now, because Steve is on yellows, and you're going to see Lee hitting Steve's yellows all the time. Now, you're not really going to see him trying to hit his own ball for a while. So Steve stood there, he's not a clue what to do, to be honest, and I wouldn't have a clue, and I bet anyone watching is thinking, what the hell do you do with all this? So he's thinking, oh, I'm going to kick these out, but you got a bit, oh, that's a good shot. That was a fantastic shot, that. He's definitely the boss now. I think he's in a no-lose situation right now, but I could be wrong. He could go game now. Just pop the yellow over this bottom left-hand pocket, drift the white out, and go for yellows into the middle, but I'm not sure. It's just, they're all here. I'd be very tempted to go for it, mate. He's probably in a no-lose situation, Steve, at the moment, but you never know. Maybe it goes in. I'm not quite sure. Because now, I should imagine, he's going to try and push a yellow onto the black. A deliberate foul, if he can. You probably can't lose, Steve, but you never know. Lee's giving it some thought. So Steve's at the table now, and he's got quite a simple run out. I don't think he'll fail. So Steve won that battle of the slog it out, and it's his break. So his favourite. So they're just having a comfort break at the moment, so they'll be back soon. That was a fantastic shot from Steve. Really good shot.
Nick Burton, Steve Morris, table 1. Ron Sharp, have you finished eating? Hack Kelly, table 13. Keith Peck, Paul Stevens, top table. Jason Dorset, top table. Jason Dorset, Dave Neary, table 3. Malcolm Postin, top table.
So Steve's at the table now, and it looks like he's going to take these out on yellows. Got a very, very nice, relatively easy opportunity, but they can always go wrong. I think yellow into middle, top left, bring the white around towards the right hand, sorry, bottom left, middle, right middle, bottom left, and then back up to the top right. There's always danger for the top right one. That's where, if anywhere, he's going to fall. Oh, wow. I didn't anticipate that one. Now Paul has to take these out, really, or do a very, very good safety shot, one of the two.
Terry Humphreys, top table. Robertshaw, top table.
So Paul's got a very good opportunity here. It's not an easy one. It's not easy by any stretch. He's got a lot of work to do and he can't afford to make any mistakes. And when it's like that, you can do, because you can't afford to make any, you make one. So a lot of pressure on Paul. But he's going to let his arm go, I should imagine.
On table 15, Darren Adams and Tony Shaw.
So I should imagine it's yellow into middle, top right, bottom left, and black into bottom right. That's how I see it at the moment. I don't think it's difficult. Maybe he's going to go top right, bottom left, right middle, dolly into. I get it. Yeah. That's the way he's going, and it's a good way. My first thought was a bad way. So it looks like he's been either a bit fortunate, a bit unfortunate. I'm not quite sure. The black does go into the middle, and it's all about the pace, really. And when you're on these really fast cloths, sometimes they roll a little bit before they get there. You only need a fingerprint.
John Corbett, Terry Humphries, table 10.
And that's that. Well done, Steve. Well played. Unlucky, Lee.